how do you search for job opportunities, and how do you go about this in a way that's going to help you get those certain things that you may be looking for here? And so, where we want to start with is, Josh, like, you're working with so many different people that are coming into this space that may not know anything. And so how should you start this out?
So the way we've come up with now is like there's no like fancy. I think the thing that we're going to talk about today is like it's like not a special trick. It's just treating the job process job search process just like a sales funnel or sales process. You basically just don't need to be a lazy salesperson. You need to actually take time, curate lists, target companies you want to work for, and then go after it just like you would with the same excellence as a salesperson. If you are a salesperson, do that. Like, treat the job search process like a career search process.
Yeah, that's really important. And for everyone that's listening in, like, it's like, how do I get inside of an organization? Well, treat it like a sales job. Go figure out, okay, what's the list of companies that I really want to go work for? What are the things that I'm looking for in a company that I want to be inside of? And then also as well, reaching out to reps at the company and asking them like, hey, how did you get this job? What was the interview process like? And what are the questions I'm going to be asked? So that's a quick tip there. Based on what Josh is saying, is that you need to make sure that you're treating this as a sales opportunity and got all the way through, and then really searching it for there. And then Carolyn, like, now we're looking at, relevant sources. So like I just mentioned in talking about, hey, find companies to look for. How do you go about that? Who should you be working with?
Yeah, and there's a lot of ways to figure out who is hiring. And, my personal favorites, first of all, I think you really want to think about, a few things before starting to search, because I think I heard a stat yesterday that there's 8,000 sales openings on LinkedIn right now. I mean, the market is hot, and there's going to be a lot of opportunities for people, which is amazing, especially after, 2020. So 2021, there's, anyway, a lot happening. So, think, do you want a big company? Do you want a small company? What kind of culture do you want? And really, identify what it is that you want in the next step of your career, and, what type of growth, et cetera. And then, once you identify that, you can go on LinkedIn and VentureLoop. So LinkedIn is kind of all different types of industries, et cetera. And VentureLoop is specifically venture-backed companies that are hiring with open jobs. And then you just type in sales, and the list will come up, and you can go through and do some research on the companies. And and also at Bets, our recruiters know kind of the ins and outs of the different hiring managers, et cetera. And there's no cost to work with a Bets recruiter. The clients pay on our end, so that's another option. And obviously Josh's training is really impressive as well. So, there's a lot of things that you can do to, get yourself knowledgeable. And Morgan, one thing that you had said yesterday that I really found interesting was, when you identify those companies, reach out to people that work there, at your level, to get, also an inside scoop. And I don't know if you want to expand upon that, because I loved that. And it's definitely something that I always recommend too. And, sometimes we'll set up candidates with other reps that we had introduced to certain client companies to give them the inside scoop. And, I think it's a really smart idea, and you're likely to get the meeting.
Yeah. I mean, it's a easy process to follow. It's just something that most people may not think about. Right. And it's going back to really the mindset and getting the mindset of that rep. And, Josh, I know you're really big into this mindset piece, because if you really think about what is a leader looking for, they're looking for someone who is genuinely curious, and they're looking for someone who is going to do something outside the box.